Hi there, I'm Lara Galloway, the Mom Biz Coach, and you're listening to my first ever video log or vlog. It's called the Mom Biz Coach MOMent, and in this time I'm going to take a little bit of time out of my schedule to share with you some thoughts and musings and challenges and triumphs and chaos that I'm wading through as far as being a mom and an entrepreneur. So my intention for sharing this with you is to help you avoid some of the messes I've made, help you accept some of the struggles that you face, and help you find an easier way to do all of the roles that you do. Now, my background is that I worked at IBM for several years before becoming a mom. I worked in public relations and training and education and sales, and I transitioned to home life after I had my first kid, and I now have 3 little ones. And staying home was a challenging and rewarding job as a mom, and I found that I still needed to do something else for that creative outlet to be the fulfilled woman that I wanted to be. So I decided to go back to work, and I became a coach, and along the way became an entrepreneur. So I love sharing my experiences as an advocate for other mom entrepreneurs to really find a lot of happiness and fulfillment in the work that they do as moms and as businesswomen. So I offer individual and group coaching sessions. I teach mom entrepreneurs how to embrace change, how to clarify their goals, their commitments, their values, and I create a project plan, or I use a business plan. It's a very simple one-page business plan that accelerates their path to success. I'm really passionate about helping moms create the lifestyle they want and to get the support they need to be successful on their own terms. So this is my way of sharing some of the ideas that I have that I think mom entrepreneurs need to know, and tell them how to get things done and how to best make their businesses work with their life. So today's idea that I wanted to share is the top 6 mistakes that work-at-home moms make. And we make a lot of mistakes when we start out as entrepreneurs, or at least I certainly did. And the first one was not setting boundaries. That's the very first thing we need to do as mom entrepreneurs. We need to be clear on when we have work time and when we have family time and when we have me time. If everybody in the family knows to expect that you have certain hours that you're not available, and if your clients know that you coach or you work or you handle certain client requests during certain hours, everybody benefits when their expectations are met. It's when we don't have expectations and clear boundaries that we get a lot of stress because we're constantly juggling or stealing time back and forth all the time from one area or another, and that's not very satisfying. So that's one of the first mistakes. The second mistake is trying to do everything by ourselves. I don't know why it is that we think that, being a full-time mom isn't enough work as it is, and then we try to run a business on top of it. Well, at some point we're going to have to slow down and get some of the help that we need, and that may be in the form of, qualified and really great childcare. It may be in the form of a housekeeper. It may be in the form of someone to run errands for you for your business. I mean, how much money are you spending when you send yourself to the bank to file some, bookkeeping stuff, or to the mailbox to deliver some packages, when you could pay somebody maybe $5 or $10 an hour to do that? Think about what your hourly rate is, and consider that getting yourself some help could actually save you money in the long run, because you're not wasting your really valuable time doing it. And I bet you're worth a lot more than $5 or $10 an hour. So the third mistake we make is not blocking off our time. If we could be committed to a task at each moment, and if we could choose our tasks like our really important high payoff actions at the beginning of the day, we'll always benefit in the long run. If we can block time, say this is work time, these are office hours, this is recharge time, like I'm going to take 15 minutes and go take a walk outside for some health and well-being. If we block our time off, then we know what time we have to get things done, and that's a boon. If you have a routine and you block that time off, you will get more done than if you try to do it by just stealing a minute here and there when the kids are asleep or when they're distracted. The fourth thing that we do all the time is we don't focus on those money-making talents I was talking about. So as a coach, some of my money-making talents, what I mean by that is speaking, coaching, writing, and doing workshops. That's how I make money. Anytime I'm doing those, I know I'm in the zone, because those are the things that are going to earn me the most money. What doesn't earn me a lot of money? Running to the bank, doing the bookkeeping, handling a whole bunch of email requests, things like that. I really need to automate some of those processes or delegate them. And that way I can stay focused on the things that I do better than anybody else, and I can make that money. The fifth problem is not having goals or a plan to work towards. all of the mompreneurs I coach, I support them in creating a business plan. I really believe that's critical. Once you have a business plan, you know where you're going and you have a plan to get there. And the motivation for me, once I did that, the motivation and the clarity and the focus just made all sorts of things start happening for me that I couldn't believe were happening. It's just getting that commitment down on paper that really makes the difference sometimes. The sixth thing that we often do as moms who work at home is we don't define success for ourselves. We operate on some sort of terms that we've had before, like maybe when I was in corporate America, success meant, getting promotions. It meant getting acknowledgement from my managers. It meant money. It meant gifts from clients, all these different things that felt successful. It was, how much I earned or how high up the ladder I got. Well, motherhood plays by a whole different set of rules, as you know. And, if you don't take some time to figure out what it means to be successful for you, you might find that as a mom entrepreneur, you're really spinning your wheels and never feeling good about what you're doing because it never feels like success. So now I've learned that, success for me is how much value I can deliver to the clients I coach. I get really charged up by that. How much success my clients experience. Wow, that makes me feel successful. And how little my business impacts my family. That makes me feel successful. Like, yep, I'm doing a good job taking care of that. And, how charged up I feel by it, as well as some income goals, for sure. But those are some new terms that I had to learn to create for myself as a mom entrepreneur. So that's it, the end of today's Mom Moment, Mom Biz Coach Moment. I hope you've enjoyed the tips and strategies I've shared. And please tune in next time. I usually do this about once a week, and you can expect to get some more strategies and tips and good things to ponder as a mom. I'm Lara Galloway, the Mom Biz Coach. Thanks so much for listening.